You know, being an entrepreneur can be very lonely. You may have this romantic notion of starting your own business, but you need to know this fact. There are periods, seasons that can be very lonely. Today, I want to share with you how to beat the loneliness of being an entrepreneur. A conversation around isolation and the entrepreneur is a really important conversation. In fact, it's one that just isn't happening enough. I'm convinced that if more entrepreneurs understood isolation, they would have pushed through their business and achieved the success that they ultimately hope for, versus giving up because of not understanding isolation, shutting down before the business even had an opportunity to succeed. Today, I want to help you beat that isolation. And I want to share some practical advice with you today. But before we get going, if you like this content, make sure you're following at Purpose Leader. Now, I want to do this in two parts because there's a lot to discuss. I want to share some practical steps you need to take right now. And I want to close with some warnings concerning the typical advice given to fight isolation. So the first thing I want you to deal with is shifting your mindset. This is important. I want you to realize that isolation is normal. Normalize the feeling of the loneliness. Isolation is literally a structural byproduct of business ownership. In other words, it's part of the package. You're feeling isolated. You're feeling strangely about it. You're not sure if that's right. Is there something wrong? Well, if you're thinking that, then you need to correct your mindset and normalize the feeling, because you're the boss now, and it's lonely at the top. It's part of accepting being the owner of a business. You had this hopes and dreams and optimistic of what the business will become, and it may become exactly what you have envisioned. But realize it's lonely at the top. It's part of the package. You can't separate it from entrepreneurship. You just need to learn how to deal with it. So normalize that feeling. Also, reframe your solitude. I think this is really important. Do not despise the day of small things. Take advantage of the day of small things. You have a lot of time on your hand right now in terms of the business. There's not a lot of chaos right now. You don't have a lot of clients screaming at you right now or problems with suppliers right now. Right now, reframe your solitude. Take that isolation that you're dealing with and view the quiet time as a strategic asset for focus, for thinking, deep thinking, thinking critically. CEOs will often shout out the necessity to think. They'll carve out time in their calendars to think. Thinking is so absolutely important, and it's something as the business grows, you'll find harder and harder to find the time, and yet that is the most important thing you can do as a leader, thinking through, thinking direction, thinking and considering the path that you're taking. So your business is small now. Take advantage of that. Reframe the solitude as I now have time to think. Separate yourself from your business. Now, this is very difficult for entrepreneurs because we're so wrapped up in what we're doing. We tend to wrap up our entire worth or value in our business, in the business metrics. And we're so data driven nowadays that if the data isn't showing us promising stats, we might feel that we're less valuable. Your personal worth is independent of your daily business metrics, and it needs to remain that way. This is really important. The isolation can eat at you. You're never really alone because you're a Christian, but it can feel lonely. And you can begin to think that, well, you're just doing something of no value. You have no value. People aren't responding. This business isn't going anywhere. What's happening? And begin to find yourself in a funk that is difficult to step out of. Isolation is a structural byproduct. Reframe your solitude to time to think. Separate self from your business and embrace vulnerable leadership. To me, this is huge because as a Christian, you are to run your business and your life with humility, in truth, in honesty, and integrity. Well, to be a person of integrity literally demands honesty and humility. In other words, admitting you do not have all the answers, admitting you do not know everything, admittingly realizing that you need the help of others, you need mentors around you, you need to continue to learn, you need to continue to build deeper connections. This is part of leadership. And this is one of the ways you fight loneliness. Now, often, the first advice given to a person feeling lonely or isolated is to network. And I want to talk about this, but I want to share some caution with you, some warning right out of Scripture. Because all the years of my career, I've spent a lot of time conferences, networking, coffee meetings every Wednesday at some coffee house. And there's a lot of time, a lot of investment, a lot of conversation. And I can look back and say a lot of that has never gone anywhere. Maybe some has, but we can waste a lot of time, waste a lot of energy, and literally make some of the wrong connections. So I want you to think, because you're isolated, you're feeling lonely, don't just jump into mastermind groups. Make sure you're careful to whom you are associating with in every one of your groups. Don't just jump and attend industry conferences. Think these things through because you want to make sure that you're associating with the right kind of people that will literally help you as an individual walk and honor God. As a Christian business entrepreneur, you're doing this to honor God. So the people around you that you're networking with, associating with, you want to make sure they're building you up in your faith. You have moral decisions to make. You have ethical decisions to make. And the people that you associate with, well, you need to spend a little bit of time considering who they are and what they stand for. Listen to this in Proverbs 12:26. The righteous should choose his friends carefully, for the way of the wicked leads them astray. The righteous should choose his friends carefully. Choose your advisors carefully. Choose who you're networking with carefully. Choose your clients carefully. Choose your board of directors, your supervisors, your team that you're building carefully. Make sure they are wise men that you can become more wise because of them. Proverbs 13:20, he who walks with wise men will be wise, but the companion of fools will be destroyed. Now, you know and I know that when we associate with people that are equally yoked, the same mind, the same heart, that life can be much better. But God literally warns us in his word, 2 Corinthians 6:14, to not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. That does not necessarily mean that you won't be servicing unbelievers, but make sure the team that you're building, those that you're networking around or with, are believers. Do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers, for what partnership has righteousness with lawlessness? Or what fellowship has light with darkness? Think about this. You're feeling isolated. You're feeling lonely. Now you know it's part of the package. Normalize that feeling. Take the advantage of this quieter time to think through things, to think deeply. Build relationships with the right kind of people. Not that people that would just your business would benefit from, but that you spiritually would benefit from. That they're the right kind of people that will build you up in your faith, because you're servicing a world that stands against everything that we stand for. It's important to be a leader that is practicing and walking in integrity, honesty, humility, and truthfulness. And you need people around you encouraging that, not discouraging that. Thanks for joining me today. Make sure you hit that notification bell, because I don't want you to miss part 2 of this really important message. Thanks again for joining me. And by the way, if you like this content and you'd like to hear us on the go, well, click on the link below or scan this QR code and join me on Spotify. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.